Hey guys, Pedro here to do an album review. Today I'm here to talk to you guys about the brand new album from Rise of the Northstar, The Legacy of Shi, out October 19th on Nuclear Blast. This album has 11 tracks and it's about 44 minutes in length. This is the band's second full-length record and it was co-produced by no other than Joe Duplantier from Gojira. That alone is reason enough to make almost anybody want to pick up this record and listen to it and see what the sound, what the vibe, what the whole overall structure of the record is going to be like. Once it has Joe's fingers on it, you really need to check it. At least that's how I felt going into this record. Now, the band stays very close to their roots on this record, using Japanese culture to inspire fictional stories, and in this case, the story of Samurai Chi. So from that perspective, for those of you that perhaps are not as familiar with the band, they really use the whole Japanese samurai culture and then they create stories that, fictional stories that revolve around that sphere. Now, those stories are told in a rap way, so this is kind of like a rapcore band, if you will, with a lot of heavy metal influences, a lot of groove metal, a lot of hardcore, a lot of crossover thrash. All of those influences are in there, specifically in this record. I like the blend that they're able to put together. They're really able to create songs that merge all of these genres together. Like the intro is crossover thrash, the chorus is more hardcore, the bridge is more metalcore almost. Like they're really able to create songs that merge very complete different styles, but somehow they all work well together and they all come together with that rapcore undertone. Really well done from that perspective. They're really able to create songs that have life and fluidity by combining all of these genres, and they're really storytellers. I really found that this album had a lot of energy and it was very dynamic and fluid. The reason for that is very simple. They were able to bring the stories that they're telling you to life through the music aspect, not only the lyrics, but the music aspect of the songs. So songs that are more about introspect moments, inner demons, inner thoughts, the songs tend to be a lot slower and heavier. Songs that have more to do with battles, fighting, with anger and violence, they tend to be a lot more dynamic, a lot faster, a lot still heavy, but a lot faster. So the tempos of the songs are really dictated by what the story of that specific song is. Now this is a record that it's really a record of a story, so I really recommend you guys listening from song 1 to song 11, at least for the first time, going through the record. Having said that, this is an album that each song really can stand on its own. Going forward, after you listen to the album, you don't really need to listen to the album in order to get the full effect of the songs, to get the full punch of the songs. They're able to breed and survive on their own while being part of a much larger story. So that is a good thing. In my mind, that's a very good thing because you're able to get the full picture of the story if you're listening to the whole record. But in the future, if you want to listen to one song here, one song there, you're really not going to be missing much. You're still going to have the shorter story, if you will, the Coles Notes story within that song, but obviously you're not going to get the full picture. But the songs survive on their own, they breed on their own, they have life on their own. As far as favorite songs are concerned, I try to pick 3 songs that have differences between them, that have different dynamics, that offer something different to the listener. I'm starting with Nekketsu. This is a great anthem song that has a very heavy groove vibe to it, groove metal vibe to it. But what attracted me to this song was nothing other than the chorus. The chorus in the background, choir-like voices, almost like a group of people chanting in that chorus, really gave a different feel to the song. It gave a different feel to the chorus. It made the chorus a lot more robust, and it made the song feel like an anthem song. This is a song that if they're performing it live, I can see people during that choir part singing along with the band. It's perfect for a live setting. It's a song, like I said, that feels like an anthem. It's a heavy song. It's a song that has a lot of cool guitar riffs, a lot of grooviness to it, and it's a song that has a lot of key components that in a live setting, I believe, will create a very dynamic atmosphere, if you will. Now, one other element of this song that I have to mention is the solo. The solo is just absolutely incredible in this song. It's a solo that just breathes life into the song, that creates heaviness to the song and continues the heaviness that the song originally has. I really enjoy this solo, one of my favorite solos on the record by far. Another song that I have to mention was their first single to come out of this record, Here Comes the Boom. Much different from the previous song. This starts off with a heavy riff, almost like a heavy hardcore New York style riff. But then the song merges into something else. The song becomes something completely different. But that riff stays there specifically in the chorus. The song starts out with that riff comes back again and only in the choruses, and it's almost like you're getting a punch to the face every time that riff comes in. So the riff starts off the song, then you get some time to breathe, then the riff comes again in the chorus, and it hits you again on how heavy and groovy it is. It goes away again, comes back again in another chorus. I really like it. It gives the song a chance to breathe. It gives the listener a chance to catch his breath, and it's a very fluid and dynamic song because of it. I really, really, really like it. The solo in this song is absolutely badass. Another great solo. This album really has a lot of cool, groovy, heavy solos. I really think that perhaps listening to the album, they may go unnoticed because there's so much coming at you in the songs. There's so much, just from a musical perspective, there's so many changes in musical style, if you will. And when you add the rap on top of it, it just really creates an avalanche of sound coming at you. So sometimes the solos can become almost secondary to everything that's coming at you. But this is another song that has an incredible solo, and I really think if you're paying attention to the record while you're listening, you will discover amazing solos on this album. They're really well done. They allow the song to have more life, more dynamic. They really play well into the already existing dynamic of the song. So if the song is heavy in nature, the solo is going to be heavy as well. If the song is more melodic, more mellowed out, then the solo also represents that. So they really incorporated solos that flow well with the songs and allow the songs to breathe and have their own life. Last one is This Is Crossover. My favorite part of this song is how much the bass line comes through. There's a lot of songs on this record where the bass line comes through, but this one to me is special because I really like the sound of the bass in this song. It almost gives it a more mellow and dark undertone to the song. But the dynamic of this song is one that perhaps represents the album the best. To me, the song starts off almost as a crossover thrash metal song, then goes into more of a groove style, and then it becomes hardcore song. It's just a song that really represents the album in terms of the music. It really merges groove, crossover thrash, hardcore, and rapcore all into one. This is perhaps the song that better represents the overall record because of the way it's built. It's really built in a way that it just merges all these different worlds, and sometimes it's kind of hard to think that merging all these different sounds and styles would be hard to achieve, but in the song, in this specific song, it really works well because you get a punch to the face immediately as the song starts. It's so heavy. It starts off so heavy, almost like a thrash metal, crossover thrash metal song. And then it stays heavy, but with different undertones, with a different style, with a more New York hardcore style to it. I really like that. And like I said, this is perhaps the song that better encompasses the whole album. Alright guys, this is Rise of the Northstar, the Legacy of Shi. Let me know your thoughts on the band, on the record. If you had a chance to listen to the single, if you had a chance to listen to their previous record, what are your thoughts? I really think that for anybody who enjoys metalcore, rapcore, hardcore, and has a little rib of Japanese manga fanhood to it, if you will, I think this album is going to be perfect for you. Because if you're a fan of manga or Japanese cartoons or samurai stories, that kind of storytelling, that kind of culture, if you will, when you mix that part of the culture into this style of music, you have this album. You have the Legacy of Shi. So if you're into that, this album is for you. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'll be reading those and getting back to you guys. Take care.